So on this little, I don't even know what we're calling it, podcast, YouTube podcast, I'm putting it out in various forms. The whole idea is like just interviewing voices that have been in and out of the music industry in varying ways, knowing that it's being an artist is always this evolutionary path that we're on. And what it means to go from silence to sound, like where are the places in life where it's been like, oh, I've got this idea. Oh, I need to birth this creatively through me. So yeah,
Hmm.
if there's any, and then we'll also kind of take a peek at how that has played out in your birth chart, just the story of you and what it is you're here to express. And by the looks of your chart, you are here to say a lot.
Yeah, it feels
Yeah.
like it.
Right. So yeah, take me from the top. Like, what do you want folks to know about your journey of silence to sound?
Hmm. Oof, where to begin? Um, I won't go from the very beginning, maybe.
Sure.
Maybe because there's a lot of motion in the past 10 years,
Yeah. Yeah,
5
yeah,
years.
yeah. Absolutely. Where's your current currenting?
Yeah, right now I feel very in my voice and expansive in my voice, how I use it as an artist, how I am moving in the world. Um, it feels kind of like the last little bits of things that were keeping everything tight vocally or energetically feel like they are falling away, new skin.
Yeah.
Um, I feel much more available to share.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and use my voice in all the ways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what are the kinds of things that are coming up right now in your or have been moving through in the past 10 years, 5 years of like, yeah, I'm ready to put this authentic signal out there.
Yeah, I'll go from I would say one of my last sort of like big shares was an album that I put out 2018. Um, it was a big labor of love. It was amazing. And then I felt like it was terrible at the same time,
Mm,
as in the process was grueling and it turned into a thing that I didn't think that the process would look like that.
okay.
Um, and so when it finally came to share, I felt like all the buildup for a year and a half, just sort of like I got there to the finish line and I was so exhausted
Hmm.
that I couldn't promote or share it
Yeah.
after
Yeah.
I had just spent a year and a half creating, well, year and a half plus creating it.
Right. Right.
Um, yeah, so I felt a lot of shame, felt a lot of like complex feelings that I had this body of work and then it was just kind of sitting, and I didn't want to touch it. I kind of just was like, ugh.
Sure.
So yeah, just dealing with complicated feelings around that or complex feelings around that. Um,
My gosh, that makes so much sense. Like it's like as a singer and an artist, you're already like the one that like the one that inseminates this like brain vocal body with this idea, and you're the creative birther, and you doula this thing that you're creatively birthing. And then similar to what it's like in I think like for bodies that actually give birth, there's no like support in this country for the follow-up care of what needs tending. So like how could your body have any more juice or energy when it was already tapped through the birth process, as it were?
totally. Yeah, and then I think it also intertwined with me feeling like I was sort of shocked that I couldn't climb out of that and I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't show up. So then it was
Mm-hmm.
just sort of dealing with the feelings of, wow, I couldn't show up the way I wanted to, the way I had planned.
Mm-hmm.
And then time just kept stretching and stretching. And I was like, I'm still not interested in trying to tend to this. It didn't feel lost cause. It didn't feel like that, but it just was like, this is a thing that happened and it's just existing in this sort of way that, yeah, I couldn't put my arms around.
Mm-hmm.
Um, And then it took a long time to sort of move out of that. But I became very, I wouldn't say hesitant in all performance, but I started having some performance anxiety in different ways. Um, and then a little self-sabotage in the way I would show up.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Even just noticing like, okay, I mean, so much happens with our nervous system and the ability to hold the power of our own presence and allowing ourselves to be seen, what visibility brings up in the nervous system. It gets so complicated, and no one really touches that in conservatory or in school. There's no preparation for the mental health journey of what it means to be an artist.
Yeah, completely agree. The album is also called Scene. Whoops. Um, ooh. Yeah, so I did it and I was like,
Yes.
this is an experiment. And then I was like, yikes, let me hide under these rocks.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah,
right, that titration of like big growth and then shutter, shutter, shutter. What the fuck did I just do?
yeah,
We grow again. Yeah, it's intense. It's
yeah,
intense.
yeah. And I think uh, spending time really and thinking about the nervous system and the energetic body as like the vessel of performance or practices to sort of prepare thyself
Mm-hmm.
for those moments of deep witnessing and sharing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, it just felt like it altered my toolkit and gave me, yeah, a more sustaining foundation to sort of endure the
Yeah.
process.
That's such a
Yeah.
beautiful way of putting it. Yeah, because it's like, even just thinking of that, with parts work, something that we can do always is like go back to those moments and speak to those parts that went through that and see if there's a way of connecting from your heart today to say, wow, you took the first step. And we know we didn't go out and promote and do all the thing, but like just the bravery of your self energy and your parts to open and plant that first seed of like, no, I am going to do a thing. It is going to be grueling. I'm going to see myself all the way through it, seen and
Yeah,
seen, right?
totally.
Yeah, just making more and more space, growing that window of tolerance. It takes so many different kinds of projects to get there.
Yeah, I like that idea of window of tolerance. Yeah, and it did feel like looking back, I'm like, I've given myself a lot more grace and sort of reflecting back. And yeah, that was the first step to this next level or era or
Hmm.
window of tolerance that I can be in
Hmm.
because I got so much information.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, what feels like the information that you got and then how it's been like you've been digesting it for the next rung of what you're playing with now.
I definitely think the sort of there's a edge of a knife or a nuance between giving things enough time to breathe and then putting things aside too many times for too long.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I wish I had like a hard and fast, like it really feels nuanced. And I feel like with every piece or performance or thing that I'm working inside of, it's like I need to be reflecting on that nuance to see where I'm at in time. If I start to self sabotage by not sharing or
Mm.
continuing to wait,
Hmm.
um, then I actually get sort of filled up with too many things.
Sure. That's just like inundated, overwhelmed kind of feeling.
Yeah, and then it just sort of it feels like it just doesn't come. Like it just doesn't it's like if I don't sometimes have the idea of like where I want to show this
Hmm.
or that call to share, then it sometimes I could just sort of be in that world forever. That's fine on some things that I'm working on, but that can't be like
The practice
yeah,
fully.
where I'm like, I want to be a performer. I want
Yeah.
to be a vocalist. And it's like,
Uh-huh.
okay, could you show some things of like what you're working on? And I'm like, everything is a sketch. Like, finish some things, you know?
Yeah.
Um,
You and I ride
and
similar waves, Gemini. Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
and I would say pre-album self, long
Hmm.
ago self, I was such a finisher. So I know that part of me, I know that
Hmm.
aspect and like how I can do that.
Yes.
So I know that thread and that like what that tastes like.
Yeah.
So it's me trying to like find out how to sort of navigate and like reflect those things or organize life in ways that sort of feel parallel to that time
Right.
with a whole new set of tools and just age and wisdom.
Yes.
Yeah,
Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? Would never go back to my 20s if you paid me.
hell no.
Even my
Never
30s, I'm like,
again.
can we wrap this shit up?
100%.
Give me to 40 and fine.
The hill at 40 is magical.
Yes. And yes, yes. And the perimenopause is going to come. And I believe the perimenopause of the ADHD
Oof.
artist is going to have quite a lot to say about this transition of life and where we're headed in society. But yeah, all that to say, as you're naming these things, just to kind of, yeah, feel into your chart with exactly what you just said. So, and Alexa knows astrology, knows their chart fairly well, but they are a Gemini sun conjunct Venus and Mercury and the North Node. So there's this like primal hunger, head of the dragon hunger. Just I almost like imagine your little Gemini twins. Oh, and it's all in the fifth house of self-expression and communication, and it just barely kind of the sun a little bit intercepts through Placidus into the sixth house of work and health. So like on the daily, your work is like, what does my heart have to say? And I imagine your twins like riding the dragon of duality and being like, how do we get to be us? Which is a
Yes.
journey when yeah, when there are so many other oppressive systems that make it difficult. And then you know it's interesting, I'm looking at your Placidus, it's not showing me your Chiron for some reason, but is it your Chiron is also conjunct all of them,
Yeah, it's in the fifth
right?
house as well.
So imagine like I'm just imagining like the most bright, sprightly, like kind of like little mercurial love, information spreading, sharing, expressing, like art that can't even fathom how to contain itself just by being in your body and being you. And then the Chiron being like, ow, others aren't picking up on all of my incredibly fast, brilliant, alien-esque language and way of being so sparkly. How come? What's what's happening here? You know, so like it makes so much sense that there's like so much to say and give and love and share in that dance of the Chiron. Like, is it okay? Is it even more okay? Is it even more okay to be me? And then and then with your ascendant, that's when like Daddy Capricorn comes in and is like, oh, we're making that art. Oh, it's happening. Oh, the people will be sat and listening to what I have to say here. So it's
Yes.
exciting to just like see your chart and then hear these parts and how they have interacted over time and how your just yeah, your vibe has been like, ah, yes, proceed.
Nail on the head of is it okay to be me?
Yeah, yeah,
It's not to like, to me, I feel like I just live a life that is artistic,
yeah,
just the way that I want to be, how I see the world, how I am, but also how I want to continue to be. And so I think that I can name that now. But yeah, what is like living artistically? It's like it feels not slippery, but it just feels in this magical sort of web of like, how I do my days.
Hmm.
And I think that when you said the sun super close to the sixth house, which I just put together of like, oh, I remember reading something where I realized something I needed to do when in my sort of day to day is I need to wake up and sort of manage my emotions. Like that's kind of one of the first things I need to do.
Hmm. Tell me more about managing them. What does that look like for you?
Or tending, I should say tending. Um, so like movement is really good for me. I think it is for a lot of people.
Especially with that like ADHD, it's like we have got to get
Yeah,
funky with the stims before anything else comes
yeah,
our way.
exactly. So I was like, oh, that's why some days I would have like my day would feel very, there would be a lot of availability for me to choose exactly what I wanted in my day. And I
Hmm.
would sort of get in these like patterns of like spending 45 minutes to an hour and a half
Mm.
trying to figure out what I wanted to do.
Yes, yes.
Where I'd
Just
be
that
like,
stuckness in the nervous system of like,
yeah. And it's like,
okay, where does all this, it's
yeah.
got to
And it was
plug in
like,
somewhere. Where?
and it's like you have all these things to do. And it's like, yeah, you can always work. I can always do these things.
Hmm.
And then I would have feelings about me going on a walk for 2 hours.
Mm.
But I realized the pattern of like when I kept doing that in those stuck moments, I would just go on a walk and I would just work through tons of things through my body and in my head, like process.
Oh
And
yeah.
then I could, get back if I was making something, I had all the ideas aligned. And it's
Hmm.
just like, it's become a practice and a pattern that I can trust of
Hmm.
like, oh, just go move your body and you'll have all the information. You actually don't need to think about anything.
Wow, what a beautiful conversation between your sun and your rising. Like I just hear such loving parent inner authority energy. And like when Capricorn's like doing like their sweetheart work in there, because they don't really get interpreted for their
Right.
sweetheartness. But when they're like, no, ancestral power, let's get in this body, let's feel these bones, let's give them the non-overthinking what systems of oppression and colonization and white narcissism does. It just is like, where am I wrong? What do I have to do? And just to let that Capricorn medicine be like, no, we trust this body and we're just gonna walk. We're gonna bounce. We're gonna do like walking EMDR,
Hmm.
work through our stuff, talk to our emotions, get a plan for the day. Yeah, it takes 2 hours of movement, but then your day
It
sounds like
just
it just goes.
flows.
Yeah.
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 And it's funny when I still sometimes will find myself months later doing a stuck and I'll have to remind myself, I was like, no, just go walk, go
Yeah.
walk.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Absolutely.
Feels like Capricorn's also saying like, build the foundation of today. So like,
Can you tattoo that on my fucking forehead as a fellow highly Gemini Chiron activated person? Oh my. Can you just say it again? My whole system went, yeah.
build the foundation of today. Is that what I said?
Put it on a shirt. Yes.
Or for
Yes.
today? Yeah.
Yes.
Um,
Woo. Okay. Thank you for that.
yeah, of just like if Capricorn's thinking of like this body, the body and the bones, it is the emotions. That's the Gemini sort of, I can think of the emotions because I'm thinking through the head of what I feel because I've been thinking about it. And it's like,
And your two personal signs there too. Like, my gosh, you're just so built to express it.
yeah. So it's like, go walk and you'll literally come back and things will just be ready.
Well, I mean, like, that's a word on nervous system regulation as an artist, right? Is like, oh, okay, here's the programming, the immediate conditioning that I know my vibration and my stardust is set up for. I'm gonna lean into this part of my chart with this kind of energy inside to like lead from self. Yeah, that's so beautiful, Alexa.
Thanks. Yeah. That's
Yeah. What if we talk about, I'm kind of curious to talk about your your moon, because your moon's got big energy going on too. It's like there's all this beautiful Venusian information of self-expression that's popping off, and Capricorn's like, all right, build the structure, build the business, let's ground this. Um, and then we've got this uh very high in the sky, close, like very close to the MC, but in that ninth house, your moon being like, how are we going to balance all of this information that is coursing through my body to make the Venusian Libra art as a spiritual philosophy, like you're saying, like how can I just be in the art of my spirit every day in a world that does everything to stop people from being the art as life as artist. And then your Pluto right there is like, no, I mean it. No, I really fucking mean it. We're gonna strip this down to what our philosophy is, how we feel, what balances us. And then it feels like that kind of kicks the energy over to your MC 10th house, where as an artist, I could imagine people seeing you, and it carries all that, you have all the scorpionic energy, Mars there, which loves it. Like it's intense, right? But then Saturn being like, and we have earned these boundaries. We have brought the containers to contain all of the generational bog water of trauma of the collective. And like, actually, this is how you can balance that. This is how you can treat yourself and treat others. And it just feels like there's like the message has something to say about the collective trauma.
Yeah, let's start with the Libra because I actually don't. I feel like I know about my moon, sort of, but maybe not really in the ninth house specifically as like a big conversation, I guess. With Pluto, I think I'm a little like don't know much. Ninth house is like
Ninth house is the
ideas,
Sagittarius house, so it's very much about philosophy,
philosophy,
higher education,
right?
astrology, law. Like a Sagittarius points the arrow to the sky and is like, what is the highest spiritual fire ideal that we can go for? All right, centaur body. Yeah, let's go in that direction. And then Libra's like, yes, and how are we going to bring a a physicalized balance to
Mm.
what we think our spiritual embodied philosophy is? And then Pluto carries power, like significant power of like excavating what true embodied spiritual justice is.
Okay, thank you for that.
Yeah.
That's making a lot of sense. I could see my Libra moon as my definitely my place of refuge.
Hmm.
Definitely trying to figure out the balance within.
Mm.
Um, and I would say that like even I started picking up in one of my apartments living with housemates, I needed my room to be like the softest, most gentle
Yeah.
room
Hmm.
in that house. And even when we would throw parties, I would, clear my room energetically, and it would be a place for people to come if the party got too, rowdy.
Hmm.
It was like there are candles lit and there is like softness in that.
Yes. Yes.
Um, and I would say that the sort of like, mm, sort of an expression of Libra that can sort of like hamper its expansiveness would be thinking balance. Like balance doesn't actually mean like an equilibrium. There is a context to sort
Yeah.
of like,
What you're dancing with.
yeah, yeah. So I think the Pluto, as I'm getting older, like the Pluto is having the conversation.
Mm.
Um, and I think that to me is like, it keeps me from like spiritually bypassing certain ideas or leaning into
Sure.
things where I'm like, that's actually not balance for you.
Right. Right. I would imagine the Pluto helping like any of the Libra like people pleasing tendencies and like, oh,
That.
spiritually I should be feeling this or saying this or following this, but Pluto being like, nope, that's not true.
Mm-mm.
Nope, that
Exactly.
doesn't feel
Like
right for me. And just like keep it's one of my favorite astrologists. She calls it she's like Pluto's my favorite stripper.
I was just gonna I was
Just
just gonna say
strip,
like
strip, strip.
take it off.
No, just take it off, take it off, take it off, take it off.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean to have like a Venus on your sun, a Libra moon, which is ruled by Venus, and there's just so much like, so much art to be made, but how? But how? And then Capricorn keeps coming in and being like, ancestors will show you, tend to this.
Build a system.
Build a system, build the foundation for today,
Mm-hmm.
starting with the body.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I think the Mars in the 10th house, um, to me it feels like the sharing of transformation.
Hmm. Yes,
Um,
absolutely.
I think this is also funny to like think of 10th house as how people sort of know me in a sort of arena or like online or something like that.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
then my Gemini on the other side of the wheel, where I'm like, oh yeah, I'm a Muppet of a person, but usually only people that like really know me know that I'm like silly 99.9% of the time.
Yes, yes, yes.
And the
And then
rest
out
of
in
the
the
time I'm
world,
like, yeah,
and then out in the world, you're like, no, I mean fucking business.
I know. So serious. And I'm like,
And
oh
there's
no,
the
I'm not.
twins,
Yeah,
right? Being
exactly.
like, we're dark. Who you fucking with today?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. 100%. Um, yeah.
I
And
love that.
yeah. Yeah. And Saturn being like, you're responsible. You
Yes.
are.
Yes, which is so lovely too, because then that's taking your if 10th house is that
Yes.
Capricorn, like you're seen in that 10th house Capricorn energy because it's like, yeah, you've stood on it on like ancestral wisdom in a responsible way. And like it's
Yes.
again that high point of light, like you're meant to be visible in what you've learned and alchemized here. So for it to be the Capricorn house, which your body loves and is rising towards, and then it just being like, yeah, but we're gonna get into the ancestral trauma of it all. Take action, show, collect, show that change within you to be the example, and then yeah, Saturn being like, yeah, having just a little canned heat there. So without that, I bet that Mars would like,
Whoa. Yeah. And the Gemini's like, all that, let's not be too heavy about it. Like, that's where I
yes,
feel like I'm very, like,
yes,
I would say just recently, um, I mean, a lot of things of working towards this moment of like even securing housing for like I've just been sort of untethered for many a years.
yeah, yeah.
And realizing just like how my nervous system is settling and stuff like that. And just the past few months, it's like I feel like I'm a pretty joyful person. Um, but I was just like, wow, maybe 8 months ago or something, I was just like struggling because I was like, I'm so serious.
Yeah, yeah, in
Even in a way
a
that,
serious season.
yeah, even where I'm like, oh, wow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
Oh yeah, I can have some fun here.
I can, yeah, where's the Sprite? Yeah. Oh, sorry. I meant like a sprite, like a fairy. Not, but it's
Spraying a dog or something like wake up.
oh spray. And then I thought you I meant Sprite as
I'm dying. Oh, dead.
and then I was also I'm wearing so much green that I was like, I look like a Sprite can right now. So,
I mean, if you don't have those kinds of skills as a human, let alone an artist,
hello.
to hang and dance with the polarized insanity of all these conflicting realities, and we're fragmenting and not sharing as many on the same page in so many ways. Like, And I'm very excited for Gemini signs, being one myself, to see where this Uranus is going to be like. Because Uranus likes being in Gemini and electrifying the shit.
It, I feel, yes, electric is the word.
Yes.
I don't have much fire in my chart, but I know of charge.
Yes.
And I feel like Uranus is kind of like putting the sort of like the electricity. Yeah,
Like in Billy Elliot. Fucking loved Billy Elliot when it first came out. You know what I'm talking about? The very
I do
last
know, but I've
scene
never
where
seen
he
it.
does the audition and they're like, how did
Oh.
that feel? Like the adjudicators. And he's like, electricity. In my
Oh my
heart, I was like,
God.
oh, Billy, dance your dreams. Be the electric beam of love you are.
Oh my God. That's so sweet.
Right. And I'm like, kids know you move, you
Hmm.
sing, you dance, you shake. Our voices together could literally move fucking mountains, let alone administrations.
Hello.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited for Gemini to just keep spilling tea and saying whack ass shit. Get
Yeah.
it stirred up a bit, you know,
Yeah.
through our art, through just radically being us, which is kind of our mission.
Yeah. My chart says, oh, I should just be me.
Yep, turns out.
Yeah. Turns out I'm cute and you like it.
Yeah, yeah. So what kind of stuff have you been singing and working on lately? Because you've got operas, you've got song cycle things. Like tell me where your current vibe is hanging and exploring and writing.
Yes. Yeah. So I just finished an opera. We premiered it in January. Um, I've already, yeah, we're repackaging it in a different way. It's making a lot more sense
Mm-hmm.
of what I'm trying to do sonically.
Okay.
I'll share that real quick. I made this opera in this sort of genre bending way because I was like, I like the expression, the technique, the extremes that opera sort of exists in.
Yeah.
And in the pop sort of commercial world, I love the instant gratification or the way that it accesses, like, we want to move our bodies.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I was
Mm-hmm.
like, how do I get opera closer to the body or in the body? Um, so that was the opera tone pillar. Um, and yeah, after performing it, it gave me a lot of information of even how I want to sing it differently.
Different colors kind of coming online.
Different
Each
colors.
time you take it for a spin, it's like, oh, there's a little more of that
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. And I realized I'm like, oh, I'm bringing it closer to the body, closer to the body. Um,
Okay. How does that sound? I'm curious. What if you could just describe, like, yeah, just
yeah.
what some of the colors, how they began, and what is the sound of closer to the body to you?
Yeah. I would say that like the color palette that I exist in so much of the time is the like blues, purples, greens. It's of a sea, it's of a space sort of world.
Yeah.
Um, Blacks, grays, the idea of um like oil on the street
Hmm.
and this sort of prism as you see light pass over it on like concrete and gravel, that kind of like the oil
Yes.
slicky
Yes. Yes.
opalescence and the other sort of light color.
I'm gonna have you pause 1 sec. I'm having
Yeah.
to plug my computer in before I lose this entire. For fuck's sake!
You're good.
God damn it! Where the fuck is it? You just take bloopers of my life. Just constant blooper energy. Bloop. Where'd you go? Bloop. Okay. Okay. Okay.
You got
So,
electricity.
yes, she's got to be plugged in. Okay, so oil slick, prismatic,
Hmm.
spacey, but also underwater worldy.
Yes, very of this world, also in space.
Hey,
Um,
that's why those fucking octopus,
mhm.
right? They know shit. They're aliens.
Yes,
Why we can't eat calamari anymore. Can't be
I
doing that to our
I don't do it. Yep, I don't do
our alien brothers and sisters.
it. So the tones I would say that I play around in are those kind of colors, more of a cool but earthy. And I would say I would just say if I'm like putting it into like a technical sort of like the use of vibrato.
Right.
I'm not quite singing it like every single part needs to vibrate. And I think
Mhm.
I've done that before in other things that I've composed, but I realized the composition was so much more in a sort of if a symphony was sort of synthesized.
Yeah,
So I was singing a lot more with vibrato, as in like trying to keep this idea of operatic sound.
sure.
And the things that I've created now, it's not so much a symphonic work, it's way more dealing with textures and soundscape and also just like techno-y rhythms
Yeah. Yeah. That's something you can really drop into.
that you can drop into. And I was kind of like, I did a performance where I'm doing this and I was singing with so much vibrato. Also, when it's amplified in a microphone, I'm like,
Oh,
that's
that's
insane. It's insane.
yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot to
It's a lot.
acoustically like
Yeah. And it seemed, it just seemed as in like a, I don't know if that's actually the vibe.
yeah.
So I was like, you can just sing it differently.
hmm
Um, so
Even that, like how like with Alexa and I, we didn't meet at Northwestern, but we both went to Northwestern for opera. And it's like, even just to say that, I don't have to sing it like that.
liberating.
For the classically trained world, for those of you who know the fuckery that it is to get a classically music degree. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sorry, just wanted to pop it and be
No,
like,
I
that
love
alone
that.
is revolutionary.
Yeah. And it took me, and it's so funny because I also grew up singing many styles.
Right.
And that's the other thing. So I was like, oh, it's funny when I get up here that I was sort of like, why are you only singing like this up there?
Sure,
You
sure.
actually have a huge palette, like color palette. Let's experiment with that. And I think it brings in sort of a smooth and a slinky and like way to like be in conversation with the texture that I've created sonically.
Yeah.
And it does something energetically so that when something spins vocally and then sort of has a big spin and a release, it's so much more thrilling than if that was the sound the entire time.
Oh, ooh, yes. I
You know?
love that. Yeah, my whole body
You
just
can
went,
see.
oh, like
Yeah.
I feel that. I feel
Yeah.
that. You can feel the thread of source coming up through the root. You're dragging it through that vocal line, and then and you can feel like one cone of something edging
Yes.
into something and releasing.
There's something about also the tonal color choosing that there is a difference of like, if I'm singing operatically and only a sort of spin outward,
Mm-hmm.
then it keeps everything sort of here. But if I'm also trying to be closer to the body, if I sing things with a little more sort of like, there's a pull to it. So not everything that comes out is always out. There's
Mm-hmm.
also this sort of in with the sort of people that are engaging and witnessing.
Mm-hmm.
So then it
Mm-hmm.
feels like energetically I can do something a la magician with that sort of energy when it's actually just right here,
Yeah,
like
it's just right
closer
in
to the
front.
body. Yeah,
And you get to shape it.
shape it right there.
Especially if you've been trying to get out on like to train and be an opera singer in the US, the houses are so gargantuan that they like train you to be like big is better, big voices are the best voices, or or like, oh, you're gonna have to go to Europe and sing in those smaller houses in order to do anything because your smaller soubrette voice is a dime a dozen. All this, so there's like this typical American fucked up idealism around bigness and largeness and always whoa, right? So like to be like, no, 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 it can still be opera and it can be this ball of vocal magic that you're gonna go on a closer, intimate ride with and help the audience like embody and feel because it's going slower and taking its time. That just sounds so juicy.
Yeah, that's
What
totally right.
is that the name is still going to be Tone Pillar?
Yeah, tone pillar. Um, and that's really also just the idea of self-preservation
Mm-hmm.
through these like operatic tones that literally have like seven movements like through the chakra.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and also like I think one of the greatest lessons that I've like been learning and I continue to learn, it's like I went to opera and I'm learning now where I'm like, I went to opera for a specific thing. And I realize I'm like, I don't I don't have a desire to like sing in huge opera houses or stuff like that's also like not part of my training anymore.
Right.
Um Now, if there
Mm-hmm.
were new works that are happening,
You can give me a call.
you give me a call. Like, will I
Yeah.
sing Philip Glass Satyagraha?
Yeah.
And by Satyagraha, I mean Akhenaten.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not a tenor. I'm not singing Satyagraha. Um, but that kind of work I'd be very interested in because it's asking a different thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bigger idea of what performance and vocality are doing within the space
Mm-hmm.
versus just sort of a narrative or a song that's trying to come straight at you. And that's, I'm not diminishing anything about what operatic
Yep.
singing is.
We're not having a Timothée Chalamet moment. Like
We're not
we
doing
love
that. Yeah.
opera, we love ballet.
But it helped me learn to like fill the space and understand a
Yeah.
bigger sort of idea of expression that like it wasn't going to give me in like the club because we were doing things just acoustically or
Mm-hmm.
just with the voice. So
Mm-hmm.
I feel like playing at house parties and stuff like that with, you know, my friends on a banjo and an accordion never happened. Um,
It could.
it could.
We're not denying the
Um,
possibility.
I was like, why accordion? That was so strange.
What
I
is
think it's
that
because I'm
memory?
looking at pasta right here on my, anyways. But like finding how to use nuance because you had such a close proximity to the audience, so you could do things smaller. It's like the difference in like stage and film.
Right.
It's like
Right.
this little motion or this facial movement can be
Mm-hmm.
seen, and that is a whole gesture in a world in and of itself
Right.
that can't be read on stage because there's just different parameters and concern of what you're trying to do.
Absolutely.
Um,
I mean, yeah, like the difference like between when you're yeah, full operatic character versus art song and you're in like a really intimate salon
yeah,
or something, right? And being able to to catch every little
yeah,
nuance.
yeah.
Mm,
So Tone Pillar is like my first excursion into that sort of body opera.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
I've got another one that I'm just barely in.
yeah.
I know
Something's cooking.
it's about a dragon. I've written one
Nice.
song
Oh,
already,
oh.
and I'm trying to do a thing where it's like a dragon, it's also an alien, it's also the black body, and
Mm,
it's in a conversation with this the visual of the black body in motion. So I'm trying to incorporate running
beautiful.
in a live performance through video work or
Yeah.
running to, I'm still working that out.
Uh-huh.
The orator. So we have the black body and movement. We have the orator, as in how black voices have been uplifted or sort of selected to be the justice and the liberation for us all, but also how it sort of is like, it is always the both and of like, you're not listening. Is this just a show?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, absolutely. And the more visceral and embodied it gets, the more it's supposed to make you squirm in your own shit.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Mars,
100%.
Scorpio, Saturn, 10th
This is
house.
this is
I'ma
so 10th
fuck
house.
with you. I'ma fuck with you and make you feel things.
This
Hey,
is so Scorpio.
I love
Um,
it.
and then the third sort of aspect is the sort of mystic, the
Mm,
Sun Ra, the voice.
yes.
So it sort of takes from the body, the words, and then it kind of puts it in a sonic. So I'm trying to play around with like, am I creating a language that doesn't exist for me to sing in?
Uh-huh.
That also just doesn't have a grounding to anything. Um,
Is it like Sun Ra? Is it connected then to like the Kemetic, is that what it's called? Kemeticism? The like ancient Egyptian
it's a little bit
spiritual.
of like who I'm thinking Sun Ra and the orchestra, his like way of just the artist specifically. I'm talking about
Oh,
Sun Ra.
okay.
Sorry.
I'm thinking like the sun god Ra from Egyptian, and I was like, oh, we're getting into the deep Mother Africa ancient, which it is. Like it
It
is.
is.
It is. Okay,
Yes.
very cool.
Yeah.
Thanks for
As
tying that
in,
for me.
yeah. As in, he had this orchestra of people that just created these like jazzy sort of like wells of goodness. Um,
I want to be there in that.
and so that's where I'm drawing inspiration. So it's three sort of bodies or
Yeah.
aspects of this dragon,
Yes.
and then ties into the like three body problem when we think of space and large masses. Two, there's a lot of like calculations and like we can track how gravity affects those two masses or those bodies in
Yeah.
space. But
Uh-huh.
you add in a third mass or a third body, and then quantumness, chaos
Mm,
happens.
mm,
So it's kind of taking these three ideas of this like black dragon.
mm-hmm.
And this is the first time that I would say that I'm closer on the tip of like, I usually try to end things in a very like, not necessarily sweet. There can always still be mystery, but there's like a setting down. But
Yeah.
I'm like, I think I want to burn this bitch down.
Yeah.
As in the dragon's like, I'm actually going to burn all of you.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to restart.
Yeah. The ley lines and the earth dragons are awakening. Primordial wisdom will move through us and all Kundalini energy will rise.
And it's sort of done in a way that's like, audience doesn't even know. But I'm like, no, I'm burning you to death. Like I'm killing you as you're watching me do magic. Like
Yeah.
I'm killing you.
The joyful.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. And like there's this like, and in the killing you, is it like because they have to be able to sit with that in their own body, like the ego death of that for them?
It feels like a the song that I have that I've already sketched out is almost like it feels like a big long poem that's
Yeah.
sort of like we've been having this and the poem just sort of stretches and it gives you sort of the like wrap up and you're like, "Oh wait, you're dying." And it's this kind of like
Um,
ascension of like I'm literally leaving and like everything is being burned behind me.
yeah. Wow.
But so it's like glorious and
Yes.
it's like and it's full of death.
Well, it almost makes me like, and like connecting it to like Afrofuturism, like, okay,
Riddled.
okay, this is what you wanted to do to the divine, like the way that blackness, body, divine femininity, like all of us really going back to the same fucking cell in Mother
Yep.
Africa, right? Like all of that, and this is what we've done with that. And then the like an Afrofuturism lens of like y'all can sit with the fire of what needs to go now. And
Yeah,
then like I don't know. And will there be a place that you go? Is it like and going to Wakanda, right? Or is there like this other side of imagined solar punk future kind of thing?
I think it's like they don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's sort of like the world of like a curtain that it's like
Uh,
I and us people that are, I don't want to say chosen, but can have access to.
Yeah.
can leave.
Uh-huh.
Um, I've been really into the like Afrofuturism, like black sci-fi. Like it's always kind of there for me. Like, I mean, that's it's always there for me.
Right.
But I've been in more projects lately about this.
Yeah.
And I think this is also me trying to titrate my deep rage,
Yes.
um,
Yes.
and stepping
Yes.
into what is sharing, what is magic.
Huh?
Also, yeah, to get into my own politic of like
The body is politic,
the
as
body
it
is a
were.
politic, the body politic. Yeah.
Wow. Oh,
Um,
God dang it, Alexa. I'm so excited for that.
and it's like a techno. So it's like Tone Pillar has techno aspects. This is dark. As in like
Oh yeah, as it needs to be.
this feels Scorpio and Capricorn.
Yeah.
The other piece was so Gemini.
Right.
This feels like Mars and Capricorn's like, I'm going to build dense structures and we are
Yes.
going to rage
We're gonna
to
name.
the top of the room, to the bottom of the like
Yes.
to the ground, like
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And the people
concrete
are gonna
obelisks. Like,
need artistic containers to feel that and see that and know that they are not alone in that rage.
yeah.
Wow.
And also, Libra says, and make it beautiful.
Yeah, of course. The dulcet tones will burn us all down.
Yeah. Um,
So just because we're getting to the end of our time here,
yes.
um, I wanted to show you a little card read and kind of wrap up what has come up today
I love that.
and the vibration of you. Thank you so much for first of all just for being here and sharing your journey, your voice, going from even just I feel like we got a little triptych here of like scene. Okay, I did it. Oh, what do I do with that? Okay, I'm seen and then tone pillar. Ah, I am seen in this. I will create the world. I will create the colors and the magic and the tones and then this like next titration.
Totally.
Ugh, I'm just so stoked for you. Okay, so I love this so much because I pull them at the very top before we start talking, and then it's always like,
Mm.
lo and behold, look what came through. So the new cycle, Uranus and Gemini, you're like, oh, balancing duality, that is my superpower tool. Watch me reach and take light and darkness and do what I need to do with it because I'm done being embarrassed. I am picking up that microphone.
Mm.
I'm picking up that microphone. I am in my root chakra. My truth is here. I'm not embarrassed of what it is. Like from every like inner child, young iteration of a Chiron Gemini, this feels like the fucking retribution. Like- and like I know it's like the retribution, here we come, like the intensity of that, but all of it has been because your twins have been learning more and more through your self-led energy how to come
Oh.
into true union with one another emotionally. Like
Oof.
inner child twinsies becoming their own lovers, creating their own trinity with you in the art that you make. And the wisdom of your ancestors connecting you to the truest tone pillar, the cosmic tree of your body. And look at that shiny, beautiful Libra moon.
Ooh.
When I
Got
connect to the
chills.
spiritual realm, I open the door to receive divine guidance, clear direction, and great wisdom. And I just see you as
Mm.
this tree and this moon and these stars being like taking your 2 hour walks every day and there comes the clear direction, there comes the wisdom, there comes everything that your body has been like, no, we break this cycle, we speak on it, we say the realest things out loud.